今日真歡喜見到比要家己開 class 啊，所以無人叫伊家己 volunteer 做伊 virgin talk 啦，所以at the moment 有 Spirit Christine pass 叫伊啫。誒，感謝 Canopy 啊，แล้ว希望 Canopy 今日การ class นั้นให้เอาแล้วเอา伊ใน款換片換字頭嘅招เอา咩
？Good start. Good start. Good start.
So, got to eat. Yeah, long. My is come here like I say. I raise question, raise it later. This talk I think là cô chăm tiếng cái ủ, but hy vọng không chăm tiếng quay ảo lấy ai lấy bài lo giải đọc cái mỏ thi á.
20 minutes enough là. I teach you the shortcut way. 20 minutes cao điểm nào. Okay, I start good evening, everybody. Thank you for spending your evening to join my workshop. The topic of photo merge. Yeah. So here I will share some screen from my Photoshop. So today I'm going to share with you what I'm going to do in the output. The final output, what I'm going to do is these two trains I want to merge into one photo. So this photo by final will have two trains. So it's not easy to get this train to have both passing by each others, but with the Photoshop we are able to do that. But in order to do that, there are some requirements need to fulfill. For example, you need to place your tripod and also the camera in the position and do not move it until the two trains has finished their route. So this is the requirement. Once if you change, then the merging is not that perfect. Okay. So this is the first train is this one. I put a remark. This is the first train, and this is the second train. So now I want to merge these two photos together.
Canopy. Right now we are not seeing the first train and second train. We are seeing in other picture. We are now okay.
Maybe it's slow. This is the second train. See or not? This is the first train. The first train is the ETS train. The second train is a commuter train. Can follow?
Canopy, maybe you need to do it slowly. I think it network slow.
Okay. So who else is coming in? Let me check. Okay, hello, I'm Sunket. Okay. Okay. So now I want to put this first train into the second train. So I merge together. After I merge, there's two layers here. So I need to select these two layers. Then I go to edit. I auto align the layers. Auto. So it will blend, it will realign until more perfectly. You see some, maybe when I catch this snapshot, this photo, it gets some out of position. The Photoshop will try to reposition it automatically. So I have done the realignment. So this is the two layers. Secondly, next I will I will select this first train. I use this tool called lasso tool. I select this first train. So the figure roughly enough lah. No need so precise. This is the first train. So I save this selection into a name. I call it as train 1. So I save it. After that, I Control D to unselect it. So the second thing is I put a layer mask, white layer mask here, and I use the black brush, black color to make the second train visible. But make sure this is 100%. Here, opacity, put it 100%. And also flow, also 100%. So I make the first train visible again. But if you are not careful, you will over brush the first train. Okay. So, but never mind. With the Photoshop, you can recover it very easily. So how to recover it? Now I recall back the first selection. Load the selection train 1. Okay, here. Then I change it to the white brush. I brush it back. So that's finished. This is the merging of these two photos. Maybe you can use a brush to make it more natural looking because both photo has a different exposure because it's taken at a different timing. Maybe I want the hue look darker from the second train photo, so I just use the brush to recover some of the hues. Okay, that's a basic thing that is the first step that I completed the manipulations of the trains. So next is I want to change the sky. How do I change the sky? I duplicate the merging of these two layers into one layer is a complete. Somebody come in. Okay, this is I use the Control Shift L E to duplicate the layer. So this is the layer. So now I want to make the sky become white color. The reason is when I add in another sky from other photo, then all this colorful thing, it won't interrupt my sky later. So I need it to make all these things become white. So there are many ways, but I use this way. I select the sky first, then I use the white brush to brush it away. I cannot brush it because I deselect the sky. So the reason why I use selection is I try to don't over cross the place that I don't want to make it white. So this is the white color. So after that, I can add my sky that I want into this photo. My sky, the example I prepare here is this sky. This one I copy. Put it here. So see, the sun is here, so the sky, the sun is for this photo is here. So I want to make it to the right hand side. So I just transform it, left right click, horizontal, then I make it bigger. Make it bigger. So after that, you use this blending mode, change to multiple. So this is the after I change the sky. I want to move this sky upper because I want to move the sun over a bit from the hill. So I try to move the sky here. Okay. But here not nice, right? The black color. So I use the mask, white mask. I use gradient tools to make it more gradient, so that I can see the bottom become more natural. Doesn't look like the artifact of the overlaying effects. Okay, now I'm done. So now is how we manipulate is up. Actually this is considered 70% complete. The another 30% is up to you how you change your color. All right. So if you want something like you add ray, so here I can also prepare another slide, another photo. Is a ray. So I put it here. I change this because I change it to screen because everything on the black screen it will turn this transparent. So this is too big, right? The ray. So I control. I put a transformation. I reduce it. Maybe I put it here. I put it here. Okay. Is that all right? Okay. Now I can. I create another layer, duplicate another layer, so that I can. Now I go to camera raw because reason is I prefer to edit the color with the camera raw. So I make it clearer. I make it adhesive. Maybe I make it darker. Then I use this very useful tools here, HSL adjustment tools. Then I go to targeted adjustment. I increase the saturation here. Then I also increase the brightness here. You maybe if you want it's too green, that you slide it left, make it more warm color. Okay. Go back to the first slide. Increase the shadow. Now okay. So this is almost 90% done. So maybe we can further enhance the color by selecting using the color lookup, put a warm color to make it more punchy. If you think this is too bright, then you use select this one brush to make it remove some of the colors. Okay. So that's consider 90% okay lah. Now, is there any question? Hello, can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, yes,
Hello,
can.
hello.
Hello,
Yes.
hello, Việt Nam mời
À,
Yes, can hear.
that's complete already. That's what I want to show you for today. Actually, it's very short sharing only, but I hope that you can, maybe anything you don't understand, you can ask me, because it's more or like a Photoshop layering, how you use the masking to manipulate photo. Okay. So if you do not know how to use layering, maybe a bit difficult for you. Any question? So now,
Canopy kè là một cháu ý á.
教啊，等陣啊，我除教。
But Canopy,
Yeah.
when you have the white color, the flare from the lights, normally this is created from the glass, the lens, or I want to understand how. I mean, I know that you add in
This
the
one,
light
this
flare,
one,
but
I do it myself.
But how do we take picture of this type of light flare? And then is it
Take some
realistic
from the
to
brush. First of all, you create a black background. So you use a white brush to add in to a few brush lah. The first one maybe the star one, the second one you got the flare one, then you combine it together. So finally you get what you want. So you merge the whole thing together. For example, okay, I show you.
Photoshop merging the thing. I understand that one you add on. But what I'm trying to ask is that when we take the sun, do we really able to capture a flare like this?
For
and
this,
how,
I just
if we really want
it's
to
a
take,
demo.
how do we really capture such an image?
Maybe this is not that realistic. Normally, if you get a very big sun, you don't get this type of flare, right? Unless the sun is very small, it's not that big. It's a very bright day, then you get this type of flare. It also depends on your lens. Some lens can produce a flare, some doesn't, depend on the coating of the lens. So for this one, I just demo for you how I add in this flare to this photo. Normally, if let's say for example, if you don't want this flare, normally this type of sun you don't get much flare, because consider this hazy weather. But when you put this one, maybe you already cover up the sun behind. But this is just a demo only.
Okay.
Maybe
a certain area you have more flare. Certain area got more flare. Like I remember, the most flare that I got was from this Cambodia trip.
Cambodia trip.
Surprisingly near the temple, maybe because of the angle. It's very.
I see it's like it is more during the night where you take the car lights, then you get this type of flare. But sun, do we really get this type of flare?
Normally,
this is artificial
from the glass, from the glass, the reflect from the glass, maybe you might get it.
Okay.
When you shoot, there's a glass in front, the object is a glass, maybe after that you shoot, maybe you can reflect this flare inside your photo.
Okay.
But if you want to snap this type of flare, I think
the model of your lenses, okay, the coating of the lenses. Normally, a good lenses won't easily have flare because of the coating. Okay, old lenses get flare.
But what Canopy just explained is that it is just imagine that when we take this photo, there is a piece of window glass in front. That's what canopy meant, right?
Yes, yes, there is also can, but mainly the flare, if you actually, of course, the humidity, everything, but also consider one of the major part also is under your lens.
Okay.
But Pat, your lens 24105 RF, I think difficult to get because the coating is too good.
You must be
Your-
very
too good.
cheap lens. Olympus one can because cheap.
Like that, you need to buy cheap
But the
lens.
aperture need to
already.
be smaller.
You need to buy cheap
I
lens.
try
already.
to find now. I will try to find birds for you. Where's the bird? Where's my bird?
Yeah, because so far I think never really get this type of flare before. That's why I was wondering how to get this.
Because
Yeah,
you buy
because
the
all your
bird
lens are good.
You take away your coating, Pat. Remove your coating, then you will get it.
I believe if you actually can get for some old lens, okay, like 25 years old, 60, few years ago, then it's much easier to get the flare. Flare is actually, if you study, it's mainly on coating.
Okay.
My lens can get.
So now I'm going to add some birds inside. A few birds are actually not some birds, a lot of birds.
So Pat,
So
next
this
time.
is the bird that.
So Pat, next time before you buy lens, you need to ask your lens can get flare.
So this is the bird. I add in. So this is the birds that I've taken. One is a real bird. So yeah, put it here. This one, all the white color, if you turn this blending mode into a multiply, it will show you the color behind it. Okay, so you see this square, right? So how to remove it? So I Control L. I try to slide this one, the right one, and also the middle. Try to control this. Okay. Now this one I use the eraser to delete it. I don't want to delete. Some birds also have need to sacrifice if they cannot fit my photo. So this one maybe see I erase it.
Cables also, I think.
Yeah, cable. This one have to be more careful. If not, you will erase the bird. Not be covered.
Some more got hair, this one.
This is the brush. Normal brush will do. You won't erase the thing because it's a different layer. So this bird I don't want because got some artifacts. So yeah, delete the whole bird. Sacrifice this bird. Okay. Now we can still move around the bird. Okay. In here. Like this. Here also got some repair.
Canopy, can you explain this level thing? What is this level thing?
This level thing.
I mean the one that
I try to remove the square thing because of this bird, right? So when you copy and paste to other photo, you might see the border here. Actually, it's not part of the thing I want. So in order to remove it, I use this level L. Maybe there's other way to do it as well, but normally use this to do it. If you think this bird is too white color, right, this can duplicate it to make it more darker. To 2 layers already. Just duplicate the same thing. Then if 2 is too dark, then you reduce the opacity or the fill, so to make it the density that you like. Okay. Anything else?
Then we don't have to create the flare, we just download your version will do.
Pardon? Pardon?
Just the templates.
On the template, you have a lot. See, the flare here, you can very easy get only. See all the brushes we have already. Have to create another white layer. It's the flare that I create myself. I also coming from all this brush. It's a bird.
Can you show again the brush? Oh, this is a brush.
This is the brush. This is the collection of all the brushes that I have. Of course, this one also got some of the brush.
You mean this is in Photoshop or you create your own brush?
This is the Photoshop one. Then from the Photoshop one, I try to modify the brush. I try to modify it. For example, this is the thing. So I try to do a few layers to make the brush that I like that shape. Then I make it a Photoshop file. So whenever next time I want to use it, I will use my brush again. Because sometimes the brush from the Photoshop not so natural. I feel like this is the ray also. Got a lot of ray, you can do that. But I feel a bit not natural. So sometimes you cannot directly use the things from the Photoshop. Alright. The brush that
the brush also got bird one.
Got. This is the but the bird one not so natural because all black color. Black color. It doesn't have the detail one. The
Chrome
brush from the Photoshop doesn't have the detail one. Yeah, I show you.
Your one also black
my one is because I purposely make it black one, but you can still see the detail. But this one bird one totally white color, black color. It follow the palette here. It doesn't.
This one cannot.
Then if you far the bird from far, then it's okay. But if the bird is very near to you, people might trace that this is the Photoshop bird.
This position is good. We put this bird standing on the cable. See the cable? Then you created something new.
It's too big already. Too big already. This bird is too big already. Crow.
No, but
Can it will more nice if you put it on the tree. The tree. That all. What else you want to put? Aeroplane also can. This is the brush that I do it myself. First one, second one, third one. So I merge it. This is the brush from Photoshop. Then I put additional layer to put another brush. That one. So after that, I merge it into this one now. So whenever I want to use, I use this layer only. I cannot use this one. I can still modify the brush here. Let's say I want it to be here like this only also can. Then I create another layer from these two layers. So you two types of brush here. Then you save to other name. Then after you put it inside the photo, you change the blending to screen. So all the black one will be invisible and we will show you the background already.
Question. Can you change the color of the flare? For example, to make it warmer, like sunset color, how to change that one? Just not that one's white color.
Okay, I'll show you. You want to change. I don't want the purpose. Okay, I want to change this. I create hue saturation. Then I put a flipping mask. Then I change this one, put the color. Oh, I cannot use this anymore because this thing is the flare is the flare is one of the combined with the photo already. I must use other layers to do it. Okay, I change this.
Yeah.
I change it. Okay, I go to hue. Then I change to clips. Clip only influence layer is that underneath this layer. Only affect this layer 4. So make it saturation. I do color. Then you can adjust the color. Okay. Like that.
Yeah.
So
you actually go to layer mask to do it?
Layer mask. If you do it, if you undo the release clip, it will affect the whole photo. So if we put it back, it will only affect the layer under it. That is the layer 4. So you can still able to adjust it. You cannot overdo the lightness. The lightness, if you increase to the right, then the box will come up. So you have to reduce it. You have to control the slider. Actually, there's no exact theory about from where you can stop. You have to decide your own. You see, I put too much on the lightness. The box will come up. So you need to reduce until it will disappear again. So that's the limit, the threshold. Okay. Then after that, put it back again. Cannot already. This one have to redo. Okay. It's either you want to manipulate the color first, or put the flare last, or put the flare first, then manipulate the photo last to change the color the last. Up to you. It's playing around with the layer only. Can understand?
Very good.
Thank you. This is the one of the photo I done that before I come to this meeting, this workshop.
Yeah, this is very helpful, especially for newbie like me. I totally don't know how how to do all these things.
But you must know how to use the layering first. That's why want to learn Photoshop. The first thing you must learn is the layering. What is the theory behind the layering? Not to adjust the color, brightness or anything. The layering is very important.
Need to do more practical.
Then from there you can expand
Also
your
more
knowledge.
important is that very important is that when you take the photo, you actually already plan what you want, and then you do. If you no laying but you don't plan, you also cannot create another picture.
Yeah, normally I do 3 exposure. If the sky at that day not nice, I will totally replace it. I don't want that day. If the sky is beautiful, I can combine these 3 photos together. 2 photos only, not 3. So from there, I edit the color from there. If the color is nice, I try not to replace it but sometimes no choice not nice so I totally replace it.
So rainy day, sunny day to you, no problem. No problem.
Got problem, rainy day cannot take photo.
Tomorrow, Jareja raining. No problem, change the sky.
Raining day, Adrian took one picture with the raining day one. That one is also very nice.
That one is
really raining day.
Rain. It's not raining day.
About to ask.
It's like the light rain or it's a Photoshop. Maybe
it's not really raining day on.
It's the overlay that I asked the movie to buy one. I show you this one.
Okay.
I thought overlay is
very nice.
Pat.
Brush also got rain one, Canopy. Brush also got rain. Brush.
No, that is the overlay. I show you some.
Okay.
I show you.
So you can add raining day over here also. Got sun, got rain.
Actually, the brush got rain, got thunder, got cloudy, these kind of things. You can download it.
Wow.
Pat, Canon and
I have a Photoshop for lighting, tree, houses, these kind of things.
Pat.
See, why you buy R6? No need already.
Canon.
This one,
Canon.
This one you can buy one.
Canon and Sony camera cannot fight Olympus already.
Cannot fight.
Cannot fight already. Can shoot in heavy rain condition. Waterproof.
I think tomorrow we can post it.
This is the fireworks. This is the overlay.
Firework.
Yeah. It can buy it from the stock. I stock.
Hey, Kobe Singh, talking about this firework, you have recently posted this Kate Lossy one with the firework. That one is one shot or that one is Photoshop?
Blending actually.
Tell the truth,
Blending. Yeah, tell the truth. Blending. Actually, it's 3 shot.
3 shot Okay.
So this Photoshop, this firework nice or not? See, this is brought from the Inky Deal that I show you. It's a package.
Oh, this one buy one not you shoot one
No, this is not my I shoot.
Okay.
I shoot one.
So
nice. There are a lot of things you can buy that you put a bouquet, then put in front got a model. You can see the behind the bouquet.
But this bouquet not round, hexagonal one.
Round also got. It's a round one.
I think can sell all the lens already.
Buy cheap lens.
Sell the lens love photo gun.
Wow, more one some more. Wow.
A lot. So it's very good that sometimes you can buy from internet because already you don't have to make yourself so much trouble to do this and to do that. All very easy one. Then you take your time to do other thing already.
Now I can understand that we gather Saturday. I see the main focus is actually go for breakfast.
No lah, I want to get composition also ma. I need the material ma, so that I can show something ma. If
Ah,
not,
You know why sometimes
inside,
sunny, a gloomy day end up to be sunny day photo.
Yeah, lor, yeah, lor. Okay.
Good.
so this is that day. This three buffalo that I put inside my lonely tree photo. This is
Oh, this is a tree water butterfly. Hey, but you do it very nice. Here you can see that it's very clear, but then the one you add into the paddy field, blend in very nice with the coloring. That one really needs loss.
that one you need to evaluate yourself the exposure, because we cannot put directly straight away.
Green screen,
this
for
tree.
me, I see green screen.
Oh yeah, green
Huh?
screen. Become green screen.
Are you also seeing green screen?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because that one is R-rated. Become green already. Something wrong with Canopy, the screen?
My screen
Green.
Yeah,
see
green color now. We see nothing.
and why lah? Almost done lah.
Share ma,
Almost
R also
done
can
lah.
share ma. R-rated also can share ma.
You want to share yours, is it? Okay,
No, you
I
put green, definitely this is
share.
R lah, R-rated.
Yeah. Please now for reflection. The color tone. Matching all the color tone around the picture.
ตัวเป๊ะๆตัวก้อนเมฆ
Like color tone.
Something's wrong with the screen.
Now you change the sky. Okay, the color tone is different.
What character? Which photo?
There's
I've got so
one.
many photos.
Yeah, Canopy
Reflection
went.
one
Your screen problem.
screen một tí á.
Okay, come back.
Come on.
Oh, okay.
Cái
Maybe
bằng
when
chè thì cái mask, cái layer mà. Mask à?
Cái mask
Masking.
so anything else for today's Ronnie vào cả chụp lại nè. Hay leo cái lại chụp lại.
This is a good starter lah. So we hope to see more this kind of sharing in future.
Other people
Among
already lah
ourselves,
ha.
We are sharing among each ourselves, not only based on outsider. So if you guys have any special skills or something that actually you learn, we are welcome to organize a Zoom meeting, a short retreat as a gathering also. So just share among ourselves. Thank you very much. Thank you, Canopy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay.